I was wondering about that. Masio also looked up at the sky. It should have been downpouring for a while, but it's been pretty normal. The fact that it hasn't started yet is fine for me, Kawa said. I hate humid weather, especially how it affects my hair. She turned her head in a way that made her hair sway back and forth. Due to the branches, they had to duck every now and then. The forest wasn't extremely dense, not hindering their progress towards the road. Be careful, Ayaka said to Mizuki, offering a hand to steady her friend. Mizuki gratefully took the offered hand. Once she got past the branch, she stood back up. It's not much farther, Ayaka said. Having traveled through the forest for so long, aside from worrying about the monsters, they were getting used to navigating their way through nature. The sound of birds chirping and deer running away from them made a relaxing background. Pushing aside the hair that got in the way, Ayaka tried to estimate the distance. It was still too far for them to see the road. While walking, Ayaka looked at the trees and thought about what the world would become like without humans developing their businesses and civilization. I'm sure that some would appreciate the lack of industrialization, she thought to herself. Breathing in the air, there was a feeling of it being purer than it was before. The lack of cars driving around, not filling the air with exhaust. There it is, Masio said, pointing at the road. Ayaka was pulled out of her thoughts about the effects that night would have on civilization by Masio's words. Soon, the four of them were standing next to the guardrail that prevented cars from falling off the road. They just stared at the road, the sight of modern civilization feeling alien to them after not seeing it for so long. Masio looked up and down the road, as though expecting a car to come around the corner of the mountain road. Which way do we go? Kawa asked the group. How about we keep going in the direction that we're going? Masio said. I mean, at this point, we don't know what areas are safe. He shrugged his shoulders. He looked at the others to see what they thought. Ayaka looked to Mizuki and then to Masio. That sounds like a plan, Ayaka said. It was true what Masio said, so getting stressed about which way to go was not an issue. Isn't that the direction that the military vehicles went? Kawa asked Ayaka. Do you think it's going to be an issue? Who knows? Ayaka shrugged. Not knowing the intention of the driver, I get the feeling that which way we go isn't going to matter. Anyways, we'll be staying within the forest and following the road. If something suspicious does happen, we can just move away and stay hidden. Ayaka reassured the older woman. With the decision made, they began walking in the same direction that the vehicle had traveled. While they made their way, each of them concentrated on listening to whether there were any cars using the road. The journey was the same as it had been, though, with them not having found a new water source, everyone was feeling both tired and thirsty. It was the same experience they had dealt with the entire time, meaning no one complained about the harsh conditions. Though it was understandable that it was difficult, Ayaka was surprised that Kawa didn't make a fuss about having to walk for so long. Just looking at the woman's face, it was clear that Kawa wasn't feeling better. but the difference was how she was not making the group aware of that fact. If you need to take a rest, let the group know, Ayaka said to Kawa. Though there wasn't anything they could do aside from resting against the trees, Ayaka felt it was important to let Kawa know that it was okay to need a break. Kawa smiled. Thanks, but we need to keep walking, especially after knowing the military is out here. I feel like it's important that we keep up the pace.